Hi guys, Clue with Clue Gaming here, and we are here in PC Building Simulator 2, and we're going to step back and take a break from our Let's Play to do something a little bit different. We are going to look at the most expensive PC builds and ways to make huge amounts of money in the career mode. And so I wanted to start you out on the loading screen because I just want to go through. I know one of my playthroughs I mentioned that I had almost gotten to level 30 in my first career mode, and I wanted to show that. I'm not actually able to use this save because something got corrupted. I'm actually only like 1 day away, or 1 day of jobs away from level 30, but it was corrupted for some reason, and I had to go back in time to a previous save. So I lost all that progress. It kind of stinks. It's actually the second save I've had gotten corrupted, so hopefully they fix that in the future. But we are going to go into this one where we're level 25, and we're going to take a look at these expensive PCs. You'll notice that the game takes longer to load the longer you play your career mode, just like in PC Building Simulator 1. I think everybody has that problem, not just me. It is taking quite a long time here. I don't think it usually takes this long. Alright, so here we are in the shop. Go out to the workspace. I already have a few pre-done. Now this is the computer that I made all of this money on building. I tried to build one that was both expensive but also efficient, so I did not put all of the highest stuff in here if I thought it was wasn't worth the time efficiency to do it. So I'll just take a little look at this. Take this off. We of course have the Master Watt Power PSU because it is double the price of every other power supply. We have most expensive SSDs we can get down here. It's built around using a 4 GPU board and then also choosing a board that allows 8 DDR4 sticks. So yep, also just happens to use Threadripper, which is a good thing for price. So yeah, and then we make sure to get all of the bonuses. I guess you wouldn't necessarily have to do that if you think it's not worth the money, because it is a small amount of money, but it adds up. So as you can see here, we got $22,000 worth of parts in it, and then we get the extra for naming the PC, extra for case customization, extra for new cables, extra for overclocking, custom water cooling loop, doing the lighting, and having our career mode 5 stars on Bongle. And that gets us the $51,139. All right. So then we have this one, which I think might be the most expensive you can build in the game right now. I am not 100% on that because I've tried a lot of combinations, but this is the even with some different formats, I've tried using because these water-cooled GPUs aren't actually as expensive as others you can get. Also DDR5 is more expensive, but there's no 8-slot DDR5 boards, and then just being able to put 4 water-cooled GPUs is better than any of the more expensive GPUs that you can only fit 2 or 3 in the case. So overall, this is the setup that I have found to be most expensive in career mode. It adds this RAM water cooling, which I don't think is worth enough to do it every time. Of course, you have to take off each of these water cooling is 128 thermal pads that you have to take off and remove. So I don't wish to go through that every time. And then I think it got better in the last update, because used to I could not fit a second radiator or a third 360 radiator in the back. I had to put case fans. So I think this is actually improved in the last update. And I actually think I will start doing that on my efficient build, which we will do here in a minute. But yeah, so we got all of that going for us. We got all of the extras. So with the extra $5,000 worth of parts, we're able to raise the price up to $63,289. So that is a huge, huge profit once we sell that. And of course, I always, you don't have to mark it up this much, and you can sell it 100% of the time. But with just the time it takes to build, I like to mark it up as much as possible, and then I'll take the 50% chance of sale. All right, so with that, we will come and I'm going to show you what I buy and how I build it. Try to be as efficient as possible. I know some people won't really like this because it's more of a power user type thing, because it is, once you buy everything and once you get to where you don't have to worry about money, it's more fun to just build fun builds and do whatever you want. I don't know, I like having the freedom, the financial freedom. Some people will like to buy broken PCs or whatever, and that's okay. But yeah, if you want to get as much money as fast as possible, this is a very good way. All right, so we start out here in cases. Now with the motherboard, to be able to get the 4 GPUs, the best motherboard I found is an extra large ATX motherboard. So the most expensive case that supports extra large ATX motherboard right now is this Ryzen Tech Aris Evo. So get that. Then we come up to our Cooler Master Watt, of course, being double the price of everything else. And we are able to put 4 of the most expensive M.2s in that board. We are also able to put 4 of the most expensive SSDs in that board. Another good thing about this board, why it was selected, is it has 8 RAM slots. So as you can see, even though the most expensive is DDR5 1120, it's actually 8 of these is better than 4 of those. So we'll change this to 8 here. That's a lot of money. $6,000 worth of RAM. I wish I could afford that in my PC. And of course, we're sorting everything price descending because we're getting the most expensive stuff. Of course, this motherboard that we're using, the ORS Extreme, is a lot cheaper than the Godlike, but the Godlike only supports 2 GPUs, so and only the 4 sticks of RAM. So overall, this one helps us more. Then we are able to get the most expensive CPU. So we'll go ahead and have that delivered today. We'll go to the custom water shop and radiators. With my new knowledge since the update, we'll get 3 of these 360 radiators, and then we'll get 1 of the most expensive 120 radiator. We'll get the most expensive pump reservoir. And we actually, because of our CPU, we get to get the most expensive CPU water block. We come down here, and you can either type in 6900 or you could search, and it's like on the second row. But we need 4 of these. And then again, if you're going all out, you can get memory blocks and RAM heat sinks, but we are not going to do that for our efficient build. All right, so now let's go get our parts, get our case. I always start out coming to case customization whenever I'm trying to go as fast as possible. I'll size up, and I just do the top. I want the PC to look good, but I don't want to spend too much time on it. So we get the case taken off here. Open up all the drive bays. At some point, you can pick out any cable, but since I go with white paint, and white everything. It's just a nice white build to come together. Even though I'm fast and efficient, I also want it to look decent. Also a big fan of cyan builds, like cyan, but right now we're doing white. All right, so I get those in. Come back here. Again, the name of this game is to be as efficient as possible, because if you're building, you know, 4 of these or whatever to sell in your shop, it takes a bit of time. Not as fun as actually playing the game. Go through, add in our nice Aorus Extreme motherboard. A little bit of extra work having to put in the Threadripper as opposed to some of the other sockets. That down. I usually, if I'm in a menu, I usually try to do everything I can in that menu to minimize the time. So I put my USB stick and the thermal paste on at the same time. We'll get our M.2s in here. 4 of these. Open up all of my RAM slots. So a lot of bling going in here with these Royal Elite Trident Zs. Like that. See the price of that PC. Whoops. See the price of that PC going up and up. All right, so we got all our non-water cooled parts in. So now we're going over to water cooling. I do this a little bit different each time. If I see the parts I need at the top of the buy list, I just put them in, or you can just go down the list too. But add in our 4 GPUs. Let's get our block on there, our reservoir in. Put in our radiators. And they really helped the radiator situation in the last update, because it used to be a lot more difficult to get take a little bit more time to get the radiators in here, but like used to the inlets and outlets used to be defaulted down here where you couldn't do anything. So it's really nice that they improved that. All right, and we just got to add in our 120. Again, in the past before the update, I never included these two. That was just a today thing. And I like to go for rigid pipes, and the white fittings just, I don't know. There's no good reason. It's aesthetics for what I like. All right. Add in all the pipes. And then we're almost ready to go. So we'll get our coolant in here. Now the hardest part, usually if I'm making multiple cases, this is the part where I go and I'll grab another case, and I'll bring it over here and I'll go ahead and paint it while the coolant's going through the computer, because you can't do anything while the coolant is filling up. So normally we would be running back to the hallway, grabbing the computer, coming here, setting it down, painting it, and by that time you can come over here and turn on the computer. And we're almost there. All right, turn on the computer. We go to BIOS to turn on XMP, so we get the overclocking bonus. And I guess if you don't want that bonus, you could just skip this. We're loading in. Honestly, you don't even have to load in start the computer off. You don't want the $100 for the overclocking and the lighting, which might be more efficient overall. Let's turn this over. All right, so now we got all of our bonuses. Got a decent looking PC. We can take this out here. And before I had the price memorized for the what I used to do before the update was always 51 100. But now that this is a little bit different, so we can probably go more than 51 100. But whoops, I'm making lots of typing mistakes here. Yeah, now 51 100 is only 54%. So we break out our calculator here. I'm not gonna lie, I was not prepared for the new price. So let's see here. 35 113 times 1.5 and we get 52,669. We can sell this for 52,669. So there you're gonna get, you know, $30,000 worth of profit every time you sell one of these. It's not that bad. So you don't have to sell many and you'll be good to go to buy whatever you want, be able to build whatever computer you want. You know, some people might look at this, oh, basic build. Yep, it is what I want to build for myself. And yeah, if you want to hear more about that, you can watch my Let's Play. But all right, let's end the day and see if we can sell some of these PCs. Load in here. Thinking. Well, thank you all for joining me today, and I hope this helps anybody who wants to really push their career. We'll pull up the sales app. Yeah, we did sell a computer. Oh. All right, so see this, the most expensive computer I can think of. We made $35,000 on it. That is a good piece of money made. And we actually sold this other one that I built, and as you can see in my sales, like pretty much I got this one case build, and I was, you know, 51,027 every time for 28K. But yeah, so that is that. I want to thank you guys for joining me today. I hope you learned a little something, and I'm sure in future updates we will get more expensive parts and the build will change. So I'll be back when that changes. So thank you guys for joining me, and I will see you next time.